Hey folks, happy Monday. That means it's time for a weekend wrap. I look back at the weekend that was in MLS. I'm Matt Doyle, joined by Nick Rosano. Nick, we had a good one Friday night all the way through Saturday night, a full 24 hours of MLS action. And let's start with number 3 on our list, the big one on NBC, Cascadia Cup, Portland versus Seattle.
Yeah, everything you'd expect from the Cascadia Cup. Fans are into it, players are into it. A little physical, no red cards this time. A little bit of magic from Freddie Montero. Love it when he's on form. He looks great, had a great goal, a few bits of skill. But the Timbers are going to feel hard done. You know, they had a penalty shout, a really good penalty shout, turned down, and they were down 1-0. They get the goal through Rodney Wallace. They hit the post through Bright DK in the 90th minute, and they miss out on the Cascadia Cup. So there's got to be a little disappointment there, but they can still clinch that cup with a win in Seattle or a result in Vancouver. And for number 2, we're heading to Red Bull Arena, where the New York Red Bulls took on the Columbus Crew.
All about Thierry Henry. His first goal, beautiful ball out of the back from Rafa Marquez, who made his return. But the trap, the settle, and just the calmness to slot it past Andy Grunenbaum. Dax McCarty gets the second for the Red Bulls on a corner kick. Somehow, Dax McCarty finds a way to get loose on yet another set piece. He's shorter than you, Nick. So that's 2-1, and then the third one, which you've seen a million times by now, the Olympico at the back post. Just a complete performance by a Red Bulls team. For some reason, the Crew, after taking that early goal, just sort of eased off and let New York right back into it. Also, for some reason, they played without Federico Higuain. Kind of bizarre from Robert Varzija, but I guess he has his sights set on 3 points this week. They'll need to get him because they've dropped out of the playoff race now. They're in 6th place. New York, meanwhile, steady in 3rd. And number 1 on our list, Paul Mariner's favorite game of the weekend. 95.5 minutes into this one, FC Dallas' season was over. Then what happened, Nick?
Yeah, well, it looked like FC Dallas wasn't going to get it done. Hit the woodwork. David Ferreira penalty save. Brad Knighton was standing on his head for 90 minutes. Blas Perez has a goal ruled out for offside in the 90th minute. And then out of the blue, out of nowhere, Julian de Guzman with his first goal of the season, a brilliant chest and volley to give Dallas the 1-0 win, keeping them in the playoff race. They're still just outside, but that's going to give them a lot of confidence going into their final 4 games.
And our top 3 performers of the weekend, of course, Thierry Henry, who won his 4th Player of the Week this season, Chris Wondolowski back in form, and Marcelo Sarvas with a great 2-way performance for LA.
Sarvas showing a great range of passing with his 2 assists versus Colorado, also with a great goal-saving tackle with Connor Casey facing a wide-open goal. So LA's gotta love what they're seeing. They got that win with Sarvas and Juninho, no David Beckham in the midfield. Chris Wondolowski still hasn't scored from the run of play, but he's looking pretty good. He netted the penalty kick that stood up as the game-winning goal, and he had a nice assist to lay it off for Alan Gordon. He's not the kind of player that's getting a lot of touches on the ball, but he's contributing to the team. He's matched his career total with 7 assists this season, so things looking great for him and the Quakes. And Thierry Henry, what can you say? Nice finish off that wonderful ball by Rafa Marquez for the first goal. That Olympico with the second goal, and another corner kick to ensure he contributed on all 3 goals New York scored. A great return to form for him. If he's on, New York's on. Look dangerous going down the stretch.
And that's something we've been saying all year. As long as he's fit and contributing, New York are going to be tough to beat. Another guy we could say that about, Chris Pontius, had a goal and an assist for DC. They needed him to put the team on the back with Dwayne De Rosario out. Tally Hall big on Friday night. Flaco Fernandez big in 2 wins for Chicago, who are suddenly 2nd in the East. And now for a look at the standings. As we said, Chicago 2nd in the East on 50 points. Sporting KC still out front with 51. Red Bulls in 3rd with 49. Houston back in 4th place with 46 points. DC leapfrogs Columbus. They're on 44 points. The Crew are on 42. Still in the hunt, but they got to pick up 3 points again. 2 straight losses for them. And over in the Western Conference, San Jose retains their grip on 1st place, avoiding the trap game at Chivas USA. They have 56 points. Seattle stays in 2nd despite the draw on 48 points. LA pass RSL on 46 points. Both teams, but LA hold the tiebreaker right now. And in 5th place, Vancouver, 1 point ahead of FC Dallas, 37-36, but Vancouver do have a game in hand at 4 home games coming up. That'll do it for us today. We got a full slate of games this week, including a must-win Champions League match for Real Salt Lake, a huge Eastern Conference showdown between New York and Sporting. Don't forget to check back in Friday. We'll have it all covered.